you.
Hey, we're back, guys. Welcome to another edition of the Double Thought Show. I'm RJ together with KR. It's KR. What do you think about Coach Prime's influence on college football, particularly, dare I say, Colorado? I mean, we're not talking about Alabama or Michigan, but Colorado. What do you think about the impact and the influence he is having on college football in general?
Hey, it's crazy, man. If you look at it, so he started out from nowhere, and again, they always say it takes time to become an overnight success,
Yeah.
and it's literally that is what we're seeing right now. He started out with nothing in Jacksonville, and then he went to Colorado Boulder,
Yeah.
and people were downplaying his movement. And now look at him now. I mean, the Colorado State game. I mean, he was, I think, the most streamed college game ever.
Yeah. I think it was it broke a lot of records,
Let me
like
take a look real quick. Yeah,
top five most views of all time. It's
here it
very
is. This is what they say. Colorado State win over rival Colorado State. Colorado's late noon was most streamed game ever, with shattering over 9.3 million tuning in. I'm pretty sure that's better than NBA numbers.
well.
No, let me see. I want to see the final numbers. NBA finals ain't even reaching 9. I want to
But I
roll
think
that, but
yeah, but it's what I'm noticing is KR. It's not only that. It's not only, let's say, the impact that he's having, but I think what's so exciting about it is him. So his personality is exciting. He has a great team that records his
it's
day to day.
his son.
No, I'm not even talking about the on the field team. I'm talking about off the field team, the marketing team, which is another son of his. So I don't know if he also has like a production team, but he has a son that walks with him, and he records almost everything. Yeah.
Right now, his favorite. Did you see the ranking of his kids?
No, I didn't.
He ranks his kids. Dude. Right now, he's the favorite son.
Yeah.
Yo, the competition is high in that family, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. So he has that going for him. And he has also the track record of him being prime, the NFL player, transitioning to a successful coach in Jackson State, the HBCU, and then transitioning further. And so and you see a lot of the attention is, I believe, from people who want him to fail as well. So you have people rooting for him, but you also have people who's waiting for him to fail. They thought that I mean, it's not a secret that coaches and some college coaches do not agree with his style. Well, the Colorado State head coach made it clear that
I don't want to see you with caps or glasses. And then he turned that into bullet point material. I don't, dude. I've been watching NFL for a very long time. And one thing I've learned from watching, I mean, I'm a Patriots guy, right?
yeah,
And one thing I've learned from watching Patriots documentaries is they use bullet point material. Always. You say something crazy about them, Bill, people trash Bill, but he's one of the greatest ever. Don't. I mean, people, shut up, man. But he takes that line, puts it on the beamer, first thing in the beginning of the week. The Colorado State coach says something crazy about. First of all, I think allegedly he said something about his mama. I don't know.
yeah,
That's what Prime was alleging to. What he also said about the wearing glasses and wearing caps during
yeah,
interviews, he took that and ran with it.
yeah,
First thing in the week, on Monday, he gave the team glasses. Everyone got glasses.
yeah,
And he turned around and I think probably already put a deal together. And he started selling that same glasses. They sold like, I think, how much is it? Yeah, here it says. Coach Prime sunglasses sell for 1.2 million in one day as Colorado coach cashes in on spat with Jay Norville.
That's easy numbers. Well,
Look at this. Look at this. So he takes it's so smart.
yeah,
And I really one thing I've always surprised by is that these college coaches say really weird things. How can
You're-
you? Huh?
yeah. So you're referring to the Colorado State coach.
In general, I've
Oh,
noticed that college coaches they say some wild things about their opponents sometimes,
yeah,
and you're basically giving them the motivation they need to beat you. Okay, not always. I mean, I understand not everyone can beat Alabama or one of these greats, so you can talk crazy.
yeah,
Doesn't mean that they can put anything into work. But I mean, you're giving the guys some motivation. Then he started talking about it's personal.
yeah. Well, I think one thing that you need to keep in mind as well is that not everyone has the mental wiring to make everything personal. Because remember, in The Last Dance, Michael Jordan was talking about how people did things to him, and there were people who refused to shake his hands, and other people were there were like that never happened. So it seems as though Michael Jordan was creating scenarios in his mind to make things personal, to give him that extra edge. I was watching an interview of
Oh, Brady
on Tom Brady.
with entertainment.
Yeah, with Valuetainment, Patrick Vat David. Shout out to Valuetainment. And he also did the same. He didn't necessarily invent things, but he was like, I don't have any friends. Well, I have a couple of friends, but my friends are on my team.
Yeah, that's what he said. I was trying to say, what are you going to? You're
No,
quoting the guy wrong. He said, I don't have friends on the opposite team. Oh,
yeah, and then he said, yeah, after a while you do get
of
some
course,
friends,
if they leave.
but let's say, but I think he was saying that uh, what's Peyton Manning was one of his favorite quarterbacks. He always looked up to him, but he was never friends with him, or at least they were friends, but they might have had lunch twice in all the years. And now that they're done playing, now they talk to each other more. Drew Brees, exactly the same. So not everyone has that mental wiring to take something and make it a bullet point. Some people will crumble. I would argue a majority of people will crumble under the pressure.
Mm, I don't
Shout
know.
out to Baker.
Don't bash Baker. Don't bash Baker. Have you seen his numbers?
Yeah, but they're saying that he's playing like that now because, first of all, it's a contract year.
He's
He's
doing
playing for
numbers.
he's playing for his livelihood. That's the first thing. Second thing, he
Well,
doesn't have
he's
the
playing for the money he lost. That
yeah,
30 million
yeah that 12 million. Right?
or 12 million. Guys, we did a show about that. We did a
Yeah,
show about that.
yeah,
Oh,
his father, yeah, allegedly, or he's saying that his father and brother might have misappropriated his funds, but yeah. So, but he could not deal with the pressure in Cleveland. But now he doesn't have the pressure, so that's why he's playing. He's playing better. That's what they're saying.
mm.
While Deshaun Watson, who is, in my opinion,
Maybe the pressure in Browns is there's too many Browns, man. When you have when someone had the Delta Airlines splatter. Maybe there's too many Browns on the Sean Watson's shoulder.
yeah, that's not the problem. I think the problem with Deshaun Watson is that he's probably been banned from relieving his stress because of all the masseuse allegations. So now he's is is all balled up with stress. His back is probably
It's
so
not
tight.
blue. It's not Browns. It's oh my
So whatever the case is, I mean, let's see. I think yeah, he has a great team. So I would expect Deshaun Watson to play better.
Well,
But
they lost Chop, so I don't know if they're gonna play better.
what did you say?
They lost Chop.
They did lose Chubb, but that's still
And that
that's still
team,
a better team than he played with when he was with the Texans.
yeah, probably, but I think if you if you understand their the way they design offensive scheme, is they need a good running back. And I don't know if you look, Chop is such a great running back. He's
Yeah,
very good. If you lose Chop, you're losing your cowbell, man. And I don't know if they can. I mean, the guy. Did you watch the Steelers game?
I watched the highlights of the Steelers
Did,
game.
did you watch? Did you watch the first play? The
Uh,
very first play.
it was it a yeah, I did, but I can't recall.
4 seconds into the game, the guy throws a pick six.
That's true.
That's. I mean, that's magical. You gotta have talent for that.
But let's not
It's
forget that let's not forget that he's rusty. Not only because he's banned from
dude,
seeing Steelers,
it's
but
already one.
also
He's been playing. He's been playing at least a half a year now already. So I don't. I
no,
don't.
not competition.
Dude, he played last year 6 games.
Yeah, but I mean, and then he got into the off season.
Yes, and now
So
he
it's
should
not like
be up. It's
yeah,
not
but
like it's
before
gonna take 3 years to start getting.
no, before that he was like a year at least, right? Not
Yes,
playing. So
so he should be in condition right now. Yeah, I don't
even
get
players that
this.
play full seasons do not start in their peak condition. So
I
that's
mean, I'm talking about Deshaun Watson. I'm not talking about some bum in nowhere land. I'm talking about Deshaun Watson.
yeah,
He
okay.
should be able to. He should be at least now at play form, and he's not. I mean, he's doing big sixes left and right. The man is level. He's like, I don't know. Maybe Browns is really cursed, but he's doing the Mayfield thing right now, bro.
Yeah. Whatever the case is, I think, well, let me put it like that. Like this. If he was playing for Deion Sanders, then this wouldn't have happened.
Oh, that would well. I don't, so you're suggesting that Dion might be going to NFL? I don't think he will.
I don't think he will either. On the other hand, his son apparently has always had him as a coach.
That is true since high school. Yes.
So maybe if he goes to the NFL, he might join.
What kind of package deal is that? Do you draft my son? I come to your team. What? But but
But I
that would
think
be
that
that would be a crazy package deal. But
yeah. But
what,
what makes Dion great is the fact that he has urgency. So it's like, no, we're gonna compete now. We're not gonna take our time to build. We're gonna compete now. The challenge in the NFL, I believe, is that I mean,
you're
is
working with draft picks, bro.
cream, yeah, and it's the cream of the crop. It's like the best of the best are there, and in college you have like transfer portal and people can fly in, etc. But
Fly in and get out real easy. Do you remember when he arrived at Colorado and he told the players?
we have a quarterback, right? That part.
Well, that's the first thing. The second thing is get in the transfer portal because you might be out.
Yeah,
Don't expect me to use you guys. I'm
yeah,
bringing my own boys in.
yeah,
And a couple of guys stayed and they battled it out.
yeah.
They
But
either
that's
they were
also a mindset, right?
mindset,
Because
yes.
he wants to play with dogs, and in my opinion, no, from what I think, what I have gathered from Dion, if you want to succumb under pressure, if you want to say, "Oh, I might not play, so let me transfer to another university,"
Scare
he,
you.
it probably doesn't want you there in the first place because
That's
you might have talent, but he's always preaching about having the dog mentality, just going out there grinding and just giving it your all.
Don't come in like oh, almost used the wrong word right there. Don't come in like a weak dude
Yeah,
and try to get your position. I mean, you gotta work for it, man. And those guys, they were interviewing three guys that were part of the team last year, and one of them basically said his dad told him like You want to swim with the sharks, or do you want to go with the fishes?
And he goes for the fish.
No, he went with the sharks, of course.
Okay. Oh, the three people that stayed there.
Yeah, they stayed. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
chose to stay with the sharks. I mean, you got to make a choice at a certain point, right? Either you battle it out, and that's thing with I think Coach JB.
No.
He's very anti-Porto, and I understand it because Porto makes it easy for people to escape. You don't battle it out. You don't fight for your rights or your position. You just if you don't want to fight for your job, you just go to a weaker school where you
Yeah.
have better chance to play.
I
And
know Coach JB, by the way.
you have a character that way.
Yeah, apologies that that I interrupted you, but yeah, I know I've looked him up and I do know him.
Yeah.
I've seen him on interviews. I think he's always speaks his mind as well. I believe.
Yeah, he's a
So
dope dude, man. And
yeah,
shout out to Corey. He was also on there.
yeah.
Yeah, he was
All right,
also on
not
there as
Corey.
a
See
shout out
Moses,
to
guys. See Moses.
Moses, man. Guys, go follow him. Great, well, he had a part where he basically was talking about officiating because
He's an
college,
official
he's official
in college.
in college. Yeah.
Division one.
Hmm? I don't
Division
know.
one.
I don't know what levels he does, but
Yeah. Okay.
he's
He
he's
does.
a referee there. So shout out to him.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I mean, if you think about it, RJ,
Yeah.
the thing with Deion is and I don't know if he's going to NFL because he said he doesn't he cannot motivate guys that are being paid.
Yeah.
That's what he said. But the thing I have right now is I think with the NIL, guys are getting paid too.
Yeah.
So basically, you're in the same position as in professional. Okay, you're not getting big paycheck.
More or less, because you're still not there. So you might be getting paid, but you're still not there. And you want
Getting a
people,
million at 21.
but it's still not. But it's
It's
still
not.
not.
Yeah, I understand.
And with the people he wants to play with, he wants to play, or at least the people that he wants to play for, he wants on his team. Hungry people, they're not in it for only the money because the money always come on, KaiR. The money plays a role, but they're also in it for the accomplishments, and oftentimes they want to get to the bet to the NFL, to the main stage. So I think that, but once you're in the NFL and people start earning, I mean, a million, 2 million is not 50 million, 25 million. And once you've had a couple of at that age, you don't have baby mamas yet, at least.
Well, at least I hope not. I hope not. I mean, shout out to anyone who's in college who has 3 baby mamas.
that
Good
are not-
luck with life, I would say.
especially those not getting paid.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, I just showed you
class.
the glasses. He made 1.2 with this one, man. It's a nice deal.
He made 1.2.
Well, they sold 1.2 million of this.
They
So I
sold
guess it's about it's a partnership. So I think what's the Blenders Eyewear? I don't know if it's his company or a company he partnered with, but they're making money together.
Yeah,
They're making money. Let me see who's our story. It would be something. They say founded by Prime. That would be crazy. Our story, a surf coach. No, it's not. It's not. But this is smart marketing. This is very smart marketing, and I think that's the thing why Deion 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 reaches over culture. Everyone knows Deion, black, white, Asian. The only thing is Deion isn't Missy.
yeah,
That's the only difference. But in that category in sports athletics in America, everyone knows Deion.
yeah.
He's and he might be a character like no, I'm not saying he's a character, but he might be becoming the I think you started out with that. People hate him, people love him. It's like Mayweather. Mayweather was making money from his haters. watching, tuning in to see him lose, and he would never lose.
Yeah. Yeah. I think a couple of things play a role. He is controversial in that he speaks his mind. He's very straightforward. But something I believe also plays a role, Kiara.
Mm.
He boasts a lot. I mean, not boast. Yeah, he boasts.
Both sounds.
Yeah,
He's
he boasts.
confident in his.
Well, there are people that are confident that boast and other that do not. But I remember he was on an interview. He was doing an interview with, I believe it was Matt Sapala, also from Valley Team. And he said something to the extent of, don't let my confidence offend you. Because sometimes he's so confident that people might feel, I can imagine, feel like they're nothing compared to him because he's like so big and achieving so many things. And then you might feel like a loser. And then you start hating on the dude instead of saying, how do I get there? And he was like, yeah, don't let my confidence, don't let my confidence. So it's basically, it's a you problem, is what he's saying. It's a you problem. It's not
It's a you
not a me
problem.
problem. It's a you problem. But I think one thing also plays a role here. Aside from the fact that he's very outgoing and very expressive, he has a coach now, I believe, that used to, or one of his coaches used to play, or at least used to coach for Saban, Nick Saban. I believe.
Yeah, I think it's offensive
Okay.
coordinator,
And
right?
they asked him, what are the difference? Let's say, in what way are they similar? And from what I understand, he said Saban and Prime are 98% similar in the way that in their style, in their focus, in the way that they coach, in the way that they, in the demand that they put on their player.
Mm.
But
Let me guess the 2%.
the 2%
Let me
is
guess.
what,
You're not gonna let me guess. You're not, you're not gonna let me guess. Okay, continue. You don't want to let me guess. You don't want to let me guess. The 2% is it Prime has rhythm?
no.
Ah, let me try another. Let me try another one. Let me try another one. Is it is it Prime? No, I'm not gonna see. Yo, coach Prime, coach. I
But no, it's not that. But
it's Saban going 10 toes down.
no, it's that. But he didn't specify the 2%. What it was. But what he was saying is the media focuses on 2%. On
Oh,
2%.
okay, the difference.
That's what he was saying. Yeah. But I thought you're on a roll, so let me see what you're gonna guess, because that's
I,
probably more
I
entertaining
thought
than
you missed what I said.
I didn't. So
You
the
did?
I didn't. I didn't.
Oh, you didn't. Okay,
I
okay.
didn't. No. But
Yeah, I love Prime, man.
I'm trying to move.
He's electric. It's amazing. Man, his story is crazy. I have so much love for Prime.
Yeah,
He played also for my favorite baseball team. So
Atlanta.
Atlanta, man. The guy was. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
he's,
crazy.
he's
It's
definitely
crazy.
he's definitely made an impact everywhere he went. So, but
Greatest story. I think greatest athlete, at least story wise. If you look at how it's going, developing,
yeah,
and
because
you
some
did.
people could have, for example, Jordan couldn't transition to ownership, coaching, like he did. I
Well,
mean,
well,
well,
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if the ownership that
the ownership,
numbers did
he had
pretty
a good,
well. I'm
yeah,
not saying in results it did well really well, but in numbers it well. I think everyone, if that is losing, everyone wants to lose like that.
like that, yeah, financially, but yeah, I mean, if the team was winning, he would have gotten way more.
Of
That's what.
course, of course, of course.
So, but okay, let's not deviate from. Come on, man. So, what I was saying is that the 2% is what people focus on. They're going to hell, man. I'm telling you, you're going to hell. The 2%, the 2%. People are focusing too
Oh
much
my
on the
God.
2%, or at least not too much. He's saying that when people think of Saban and Prime as two separate people, they're basically focused on the 2%, while 98% of their philosophy and all the things of that nature is the same.
Hey, by the way, did you hear about Warren Sapp also joining the team?
I did. Well, I didn't hear it. I saw a video, one of the let's call it behind the scenes video, and I saw Warren Sapp.
Yeah,
Uh,
he's there right now. He's D line coach, I think probably.
Probably.
Imagine that, right? You gotta imagine sitting there and getting mentorship from the best CB ever, cornerback ever. There's no one even near his level of being a DB. And then you get a Hall of Fame D lineman coaching you as well.
Yeah.
Well, they need that because the way people were running through their
The first game was
was
crazy.
crazy, dude.
They were hugging. They were hugging their. They're hugging the runners and the receivers. I was like, what is happening?
No tackle. Let's try to hug it out. They understood they
Yeah.
didn't understand the assignment, but I think that he's a great addition. I mean, Warren is an amazing if you he tells the truth, and he was also an amazing player at the Bucks. I mean, he was hard to stop, dude. Imagine if you can get tips, because that's the thing, right? He knows the thing is the older you get in football, your body your body cannot um, perform the way it used to. So you're losing the athleticism, but you still have the mind. So you
Yeah.
still know what you have to do, and you
Yeah.
become smarter in order to compensate the loss of athleticism. And if you can teach these guys early on what they have to do, because another thing about a lot of these college players is they got bad coaches, so they learn bad techniques.
Yeah.
So just imagine if you have the coach like Warren Sapp and Dion, and they teach you from the start the fundamentals, what you need to do to
Yeah.
make it in the NFL. It
Yeah.
makes you a top recruit,
Well,
draft pick.
you have that. Let's say fundamental wise, I mean, the technique side, the execution side, but mentality is also something. And I remember the fastest. So I used to play basketball. The league. I mean, the league was filled with other short people. I'm 5'10", so it was okay.
Boxing. What are you, the boxy of the team?
No, no. Well, everyone was Bugsies, I guess, running around. But the I I played well. I trained every day, so I played well. And the competition wasn't that tough in hindsight. So I thought I was very good until I went to play with a selection, as a regional selection. Then it picked the best of the best, and I played. So we played. It was like a selection that was created just for 3 games, two games actually. And I, someone that played starter minutes for the team I play with, and I'm talking. I was this was I was 15. I played 3 minutes in 2 games.
That was RJ when he was playing. They were treating him like kids.
But
Come
what
here,
I want,
son. I'm just
but
kidding.
that was to me the best experience ever,
Mm.
because the way that the coaches were pushing us, conditioning wise, mental wise, a lot of mental training. I mean, you grow a lot, and it did give me a lot. Although the fundamentals I was taught from my first coach, or at least my second coach, who I was also playing for during that time, and he really taught me the fundamentals about a lot of things. It was when you get a coach that pushes. So first, you need the best of the best, because everyone there was good. and then you push. So you get way farther together. And the way that they were pushing us was like crazy. You become a better player. And I'd rather be a better player. And you also, and the coaches also had the ability to make us act like a team. Like we were there together. If you get 3 minutes, make it your best 3 minutes. I believe that you do need the right people there, because some people will start complaining, I'm not getting the minutes, etc. So you need the right people there with the right mindset. But I think that's what Dion is also referring to when he's talking about the dog mentality. Just go
Mm.
and go get what's yours. You grow a lot. And that aspect should not be underestimated, because I think that Dion can do a very good job instilling that desire, because he makes you choose. Are you going to stay and fight, or are you going to, if you want the easy way out, leave?
Are you a bum? That's what he has to ask you. Hey, come into my chambers. Let's talk about being a bum or not being a bum. If you want to go,
Being the bum or being a bum?
okay. Let's continue talking about, because there are some bombs being dropped.
Yeah.
Did you hear about Mel Tucker, the coach who is about to lose his 90 million? Where you have like overachievers, or how you want to call it, because they were saying Dion's team was not good. So in that case, you would call him an overachiever. Here you have someone who has a contract of 90 million, who lost it all over the phone. What a stupid idiot. I don't understand how you can
How much money are we talking about?
He had so from what I understand.
So can you give like just a quick background information, because I'm not very familiar with
So Mel Tucker is the coach of WAS right now. It's gonna be WAS. A couple of months ago, a month ago, he is the coach of Michigan State. He is Michigan State football team.
Yeah.
And he has had a 9 million a year salary, and he had a 10-year contract. So basically 90. That's where the 90 comes from. And he the university, Michigan State University, has hired a consultant to help the kids who are part of that program. And according to him, a woman.
But is it relevant? So
it is relevant, because he called the woman and started hitting the pipe.
Wait.
Not that pipe, by the way, not that crack pipe. Okay. I'm gonna go back a bit.
Yeah, so my question, because you fast forward, just still trying to process. But you're saying that, so you said he hired a consultant, but what was she doing, the consultant?
So she was basically consulting these kids on, from what I understand, the how to deal with, how can I use it, interactions with other genders, let's put it that way. So man female interactions, how to go about it. That's what she was hired to do.
Consultant, just because that's what Prime did as well when he was at the
that type of consultant with what's her name,
Brittany Renner.
Yeah, but she was kind of a bit more, let's call it, it was more, Brittany was kind of
let's move on.
You don't want me to go there, but she did studies, so she's a professional in her job, trying to help.
So she has a consultant
Bro, yeah,
With a
yeah.
degree. So okay, so it's not like a Instagram model who came.
No,
It's
no,
like
no. She's not
someone.
an Instagram
Okay.
model. She's not. She's not that type of girl. But a woman,
Well,
no
well,
woman.
let's proceed because from what you said, she is some type of girl. So let's proceed.
Well, it was apparently she was Mel's type. I mean, come on, Mel. I mean, Mel, you're a running joke at this point, dude. So, according to Mel, he had consensual calls with her, and he would they would interact with each other. They liked each
Flirt.
other. Hmm?
They would flirt.
They would flirt. I think I mean, it's a next step to flirt, but
At
they
phone.
didn't want the intimate interaction. That's one thing that's according to what
So
I heard, read on the net.
phone
They
phone.
didn't want to have the actual physical interaction.
Who didn't?
Them, according
Okay,
to
so it's like a phone intercourse,
Mhm.
but not
but
physical.
but not physical. They didn't want that mess.
Got
But
it. Got it.
the
Got
guy
it.
would hit the pipe, call her, hit the pipe, and and then she
Wait, wait. You're fast forwarding again. You lost me again. So
oh man. I'm trying
you
to
read.
go. You're going about. I'm trying to go 100 miles an hour. You're trying to get me to drive 5.
Because I want to understand what you're saying. Because at this, so up to this point, KR, you're saying that up to this point, I don't see anything wrong.
Wrong.
They
Yeah.
hired a consultant. The
They hired a
consultant is a woman.
consultant.
The woman came to talk to the players about how to basically protect themselves
Yeah.
and move around the women.
The irony, right? She
Yeah,
she tells the players how to protect themselves, and the coach doesn't understand it. Okay, let's continue.
the coach wasn't invited to this. He didn't attend the seminar. So so you have that part. Okay.
Yeah.
Then the two grown-ups start
Mm-hmm.
talking to each other. So the coach and the consultant. Up to
Mm-hmm.
I'm right?
Consensual, according to Mel.
Yeah, yeah. According to Mel, who's the dude.
Who's the dude? Yeah,
And
yeah,
afterwards, and they were doing like talking provocatively on the phone. But you're saying both of them didn't want, or according to the stories you read, both of them were agreed that it should remain there. It
there.
shouldn't.
Yes,
It
yes.
shouldn't.
Get
Okay.
physical.
So up to this point, KR, I don't see anything wrong. So proceed. Because I'm trying to figure out
So
what went wrong.
somehow, it turned into non. So this is the story of Mel's side. It was
Yeah.
consensual.
Okay.
She's saying it's not. It wasn't consensual. The guy would call her and just blow the pipe.
What do you mean with blow the pipe? I guess.
Mass.
What, wait. What is
Mass
was he does he have something in common with, just say yes or no. Does he have something in common? So the story, does it have something in common with Louis C.K.?
It was Louis C.K. It was. I. That's the same. Yeah. This is why. That's the same example I was about to give you. It
Yeah.
was a Louis C.K. situation
Okay. So
over
he
the
was,
phone.
yeah, okay. So it was way more than from his side. So he was calling and at the
He was
same
a
he
phone.
was multitasking
He was
basically.
a phone plumber. He was a phone. Yo, I don't know why. My brain just said it's phone plumbing. He was,
I don't think I've ever heard of that profession, man.
he's a phone plumber.
Do you need a degree for
Oh,
that?
I need to copyright that one. Phone plumbing.
It's gotta be an urban dictionary.
This man was phone plumbing, and he blew a bag, bro. How can you going for?
Wait. So they so
Oh,
he
by the way, what I didn't say is she has been victim of
grape,
yes,
grape.
grapefruit.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
and
She
he
has
knew
the
about
trauma already. She has
she
the
had
trauma
the
already.
trauma already, and this dude knew about it because they hired her,
Wow.
and now he's out here phone plumbing, and somehow he thinks I don't know, bro. This is How can you blow it back like this? It's
One stroke at a time.
what? Yo, Mel, bruh, Mel. Hey, yo, maybe the question is, within how how much did the stroke cost? 1 million, 2 million, 3 million.
90 million. Yo, so he blew the bag. He
You blew the
fumbled the
bag,
bag.
man. You fumbled the bag. You fumbled the bag. This is so
So he
this
lost
is
his job. So that's it's because at the beginning I wasn't sure whether or not you were saying that he lost his job, so they fired him, or that they were going to fire him.
they are going to fire him. So they're trying to so you know how lawyers are, right? They hired lawyers to angle it in a way so probably they don't have to pay him any dollar of that 90.
Yeah.
Maybe probably they're gonna put it as conduct detrimental or something like that. Something in that. But this is what they are saying about this.
Yeah.
So he slammed them for basically putting on suspended without pay,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's he's the biggest story right now in college next to next to Dion.
Yeah.
It's amazing how he blew the bag, man. I don't understand how people move like this.
Yeah. And I think, KR, one thing that's important, because I do think that athletes, young men in general, especially nowadays, especially if you're successful, or you are projected to be successful, you need to watch how you move around women, because some people will see these guys as the come up, the retirement, nothing more, nothing less. They really, especially in this nowadays, that people are materialistic. So if you, I think it's good to have this type of talks, but it's top down though. So you need to be an example as well. Imagine, KR, if the coach, if imagine if I was the coach and I hire the lady and I tell my people, yeah, you guys need to learn how, or you guys need to hear, you know, from someone that's a professional, how to move, how to protect yourself, protect your assets, protect your family, protect your reputation, all those things. And then you see that same coach hooking up, or at least, flirting with
Look at this.
the.
Sorry, I'm interrupting. Look at this. Dude, this is crazy.
So he did exactly what the lady came to.
I am. What?
For those of you who are not
You are listening. Can
listening.
you read, LJ? Can you read what it says?
No, not entirely,
Not
but
entirely. Yes. Read.
but she was hired. So KR is showing a news article, an article from
This is from Yahoo.
Sports Yahoo, yeah, Yahoo Sports, and it's a quote, and I quote: "She was hired by Michigan State," and then they quote, "for the sole purpose of providing uh, intimate misconduct prevention educational program to the football team," the school said. And they don't end it with the quote. So oh yeah, they do.
They
So
do.
it's so the lady was there to talk about the prevention of those type of misconducts, and your coach,
It's
who's
gotta
supposed
be,
to be the leader,
it's gotta be a joke.
calls. Imagine that. KR, imagine that.
I don't want to. I don't want to. But continue.
The
Continue.
coach calls up the same lady and does exactly what the lady is telling the players not to do.
Not to do.
And I was listening to what's interesting. and that's what I was talking about the importance of prevention. We've talked about in the past how some people, so the extent to certain people go to prevent these type of allegations. So there was this politician that I forgot who it was, but he never meets alone with women. His wife is always around or someone else. So to protect himself.
Shannon also does it, right?
Shannon Sharp, yeah, that's what I was about to say. Shannon Sharp was talking to, it was in an interview, I think it was with Stephen A. Smith.
Mm.
It wasn't with Ocho Cinco, it was with Stephen A. Smith. And, or at least it's Chad Johnson, no, not Ocho Cinco, but
It's always Ochushinko.
it's still
Right.
Ocho Cinco?
Not officially not, but
Yeah.
for me it's always Ochushinko.
Okay.
85, my nigga.
85. So, but he was saying that he doesn't get into elevator with single women.
Yo, it's crazy.
But you need to protect yourself when there's room service and it's a
Oh,
lady.
he also said that, yeah. He goes out.
Doesn't let the lady enter the room. He just takes the food at the door. When they're coming to clean, so when it's housekeeping, he leaves the room. So you're not you're not gonna catch him. I mean, and even you can even argue that Michael Irving was pretty thorough himself, and
He still got caught.
still got caught.
Do
No,
you
well, not
remember-
got caught. He didn't get caught. He got, I would say,
Well, caught lacking. That's
I
what I
would say
mean with
framed.
caught.
He would say, so even with
framed.
all the
Yeah.
well,
He just
yeah.
gave her a hand.
yeah, with all the evidence that show that nothing happened, he still so he still suffers consequences for something that he didn't do. So what I just want to go, so the reason why I'm talking about this is to just, yeah, you want to say something?
Do you remember early on in the channel, we also talked about the one.
The one.
Yeah, the one with the hovering hand.
Yeah, wait.
Who played the one in Matrix?
Yeah, Neo.
Yes. Who's the actor? That's what
Keanu Reeves. Yeah.
the hovering hand. Do you remember I showed
Yeah,
you
the
the
hovering man. Yeah. That
We had-
Keanu Reeves doesn't,
piano?
when he taking picture, he doesn't hug them. He just puts his hand.
His hands always hovers. Let me look that up, man.
And while you're looking at it, looking it up, I just want to finish the thought. It's especially for those reasons why it's of utmost important to talk to these young players about the risks, about the way that they should conduct themselves, the way that they need to behave themselves, how to, just like you have to move defensively, and then your coach goes around and tries to, it's the equivalent, KR, of a punt returner running back, so returning the punt without any protective gear on against what's a good defensive team? The
89 Bears.
I was just about to say
Yo, that's over.
without any protective gear, and I mean it's not smart.
But let are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
This is Keanu's world famous hovering hand for you guys. His hand is hovering. I'm showing like 3 or 4 pictures where his hand is always hovering, even with Dolly Parton. Look at here. He's at what's the training for John Wick?
Yeah.
With the ladies that he's training with, hovering hand. Here again, this is at Tehran Tactical, where he was training for John Wick. Taking pictures with 2 ladies, again, hovering hand. Taking pictures at red carpet, again, hovering hand. This man has been moving like the one off screen. He's
Okay.
been the one. He
Yeah.
knew already that this was coming.
He's
And
him.
he's him. And look at someone else from the UK now getting hamped up.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
We're not gonna talk about him,
Yeah.
but he's not the one, obviously.
Mhm. So yeah. But yeah, I think that's. Did you want to talk about anything else about the Mel Tucker situation?
No,
I,
no. Mel is done, bro. He's cooked.
yeah.
He's old news
Yeah.
by
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Yeah. Because
I
if
don't
you,
know if he's ever gonna get that's a good question. Will he ever get a job? I don't
well,
think so.
so the difference between what Ime Udoka did in in Boston versus what he's doing. Ime Udoka was apparently sleeping with the wife of a higher up in the Celtics organization. That's an affair. An affair is better. Well, no, not better.
Watch your mouth right there.
An affair is less damaging for your reputation than the
Misconduct.
than misconduct. Yeah.
I do
So,
believe that. I do believe that.
so it's just he didn't have the discipline. That's what you can argue.
None of them had
And
anything.
the wisdom.
The wisdom or
But
or the or the the plumber control.
yeah. And so so I guess that the um yeah, I mean that's why I think that he can go I think it's going to be very difficult for Mel to get a job unless it's, for example,
Oh,
we've been talking
sure.
about all these hire to delete cases. I mean, apparently it seems that a lot of there's a big market for it. Be- so we're not saying that he should do it. Let's be clear. But let's just say I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, Mel, good luck. Because that 90 million, you're never gonna see that. Maybe you'll see 10. They'll give you 10 to go away, but
Yeah, maybe.
it's probably the rest of his life is gonna be maybe OC max. He's not gonna be a head coach anywhere anymore. So or maybe in 10 years, 20 years, when everyone forgot about this. But then even then, people don't forget about it. When he gets the job, he's gonna get reminded of this story. So probably no team will ever risk it to make him a head coach. Maybe a OC or whatever position he plays. So it's the rest of his life he's gonna earn average wages for his
Yeah,
expertise.
yeah. You fumbled the bag.
Fumble the bag greatly, guys. I think RJ, I totally do agree with you, man. I do agree with you with the fact that you got to be very disciplined in
Yeah, but it's a
the
problem.
higher up you go in the chain. So either you're a CEO or you're a head coach or whatever, you're a manager. You have to be much more disciplined on how you move because this is the result. And
Yeah.
there's no way he can come back off that. There's no way.
So what's it's a bit scary if you think of it, is how we work very hard as men to have value
Hmm.
and how quickly we can lose it all for a box.
For not being disciplined. Yeah, but this is the
No, I'm
thing.
just no, I'm just
Yeah,
saying
yeah,
it's not that, so that's what I'm saying. So the discipline, it's not any kind of it's not because these people are disciplined. He probably wakes up early on the same time. He probably goes to sleep at night early. He's probably in the gym early. So you don't get in sports or to be successful in business without being disciplined. So successful people are disciplined people. So it has nothing to do, KR, with discipline, with the
Oh, you can be disciplined on certain parts of your life and
so
undisciplined on
but
others.
exactly. But what I'm saying is, it's scary to see how very disciplined people, athletes, top performers in business and in churches, they will
Wait, wait,
go.
wait. Why did you put that one in between? You slipped right there. Oh my God. He said churches. What are you suggesting? Pastors are always slipping out here. Let me
I'm
call
just
it
saying.
on.
I'm just saying. If you just to, and again, I want to go back. So again,
It's
this I
crazy.
can bring it back to what I was talking about the importance of the talks that the consultant was doing at Michigan State.
Mm.
You need to make men aware of the risks. You can lose it all
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
for one night, KR. In his case, a night that didn't even happen. It only happened in his mind. So you can make one bad mistake and you can lose it all. And that's a scary, scary, scary thought. So I understand when you hear Shannon Sharp, it's like I go to work, I come home. I go to work, I come home. I don't need to. They were Chad. Oh, they have a good. He has a good podcast on his Club Shay Shay YouTube channel with
Yeah.
Chad called Nightcap, I think. And he's talking about going to work, going to sleep, going to work, going, or at least going. So he's a house. He's a person that wants to stay at home.
Mm-hmm.
And if you really, 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 really care, why do men go out to party? Why do men they do? Why do men buy things to flash? It's for women.
Well, not always. Sometimes you want to buy the toy you couldn't have it, or you wanted as a kid. But I understand what you're trying to say. You might be right on
But
that.
Shannon has the toys, but he still goes home.
Yeah, because he has the toys because he wanted to have them as a kid.
So it's not that. So
That's also a thing,
but,
right?
but the toys are okay. The toys, but why do people go out?
Oh, that I do agree. So you can meet people of the opposite sex. Oh,
Depending on what, right? So if
that,
you go to an
that's
opera,
opposite
you
gender.
will meet
To
people of
that.
the other opposite sex. You'll probably call them grandma, but you cannot go to you cannot go to
I'm trying to stay serious.
you cannot go to so not you cannot go when you go out and there are alcohol and there's alcohol and women. What was the quote of Code Dungy again? Do you remember that? Five things that get people.
Yeah, let me look it up real
You're
quick.
you're out past, so you're out late at night with alcohol or substance.
Out past 12 midnight. Let me see. 5 reasons why athletes get in trouble. It was out past midnight, driving 15 miles per hour or more over
Over
the
the
speed
limit.
limit, drugs, pew pew, alcohol, woman you know too well or not well enough.
In other
But
words,
that's
women.
true. But that's true. How many guys are getting hammed up by women they knew?
Yeah, yeah,
You got caught. Now you have a kid with her. She's losing. Anyway,
yeah.
that's
Women you
it, by
know,
the way.
so you not women you know well, women you know too well or not well enough. I mean, that's,
And
I mean,
alcohol. That's both of those go together.
yeah,
And you know who said that, right? The one who said that Tony Dungy said it to him.
Warren Sapp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
look how the
yeah,
story
yeah, as we
came
talk about it
together.
at the beginning, yeah. So yeah, but and he's saying that if oftentimes when athletes get into trouble, it's one of those five things, and apparently it doesn't it's not only for athletes, former athletes turn coaches as well, apparently. But it's very important to know how to move, and but it's also so you need to be made aware of that. I mean, it's easier said. I mean, you can talk about it rationally, but still people will throw away their
Risk it all for 5 minutes for 2 minutes,
sleep with the boss's
or
wife,
if
phone call, phone call, the woman, the consultant that came to talk about avoiding, preventing misconduct, and you're misconducting yours. It's so it's like
crazy, crazy, crazy.
you're willing to. I guess Brittany Renner said what Brittany Renner said. It's not only for it doesn't only
It's
count
not
for
only
NBA.
NBA players. Now it always applies to coaches as well.
I
Oh, stupid, stupid. But hey, this is gonna be a weird transition, and it probably
okay.
maybe the last topic we will discuss today.
Yeah.
The Rock. The Rock is, of course, he bought XFL up a couple
Yeah.
of 2 years ago,
Yeah.
right after the Uncle Vit
Yeah. We talked
situation.
about it in the show as well.
Yes, yes,
And
yes. And
try to see where it would try
where
to
did it go?
predict. Yeah.
Like where they were going, and it seems like that they are going to merge with their biggest competitor.
Oh, okay.
The XFL and the USFL have offered an additional pro football during springtime. Both leagues have failed to capture the imagination of most NFL fanatics. So maybe they will merge and become a bigger league with much more
Yeah.
marketing budgets, bigger marketing budgets. In addition to also, I mean, probably better players, because right now players are being split down by two leagues, and now you can get the best of the best together.
There's a third one as well, right? I thought we talked about
And
it.
there are a lot of summer leagues, springtime leagues. So I think there are like
Okay.
four, and these are the two biggest ones.
Biggest one. Yeah. Well, I think XFL promoted itself better than USFL,
Yeah, yeah.
and especially because you had The Rock as he's
And the
big.
face that helps.
Yeah, it helps. And there have been, I mean, every season you see players moving from the XFL to the NFL.
Mhm, mhm.
So it is an opportunity. I think that I mean, it's great. It's great to see it expand. And I think people just like sports. So, now you have to wait when the season ends. You have to wait until how much month do you have?
February till
Like 5 months, 5 months without any football, and then you can start watching again. And with this concept, you can
enjoy football from
enjoy-
March.
keep enjoying football, and also see maybe your favorite player in the XFL move to the NFL. So it can even have
Yeah,
a
buy in.
yeah. So
Okay, get
did Gino Smith play XFL, or was it someone
no,
else?
no, no, no. Yo, why you did him like this?
I'm just
Why
asking. No,
you did him
I
like this?
didn't mean to do anything, man. Gino, no, no,
Yeah,
no. I did. I really thought so because
well,
there was a quarterback who.
there was the quarterback from Carolina Panthers from last season, I think, played at the XFL the season before that.
Yeah,
He was like a smaller sized quarterback,
yeah,
and he got hurt a lot. So then they drafted the current guy. Yeah, I think last season. But I think it's there are some talented guys playing in there.
yeah,
I mean, there's also less talented guys, but those are. I mean, you need bodies, right?
yeah. And it's good because you can have there are a lot of there are a lot of undrafted people who still make it to the NFL and then overperform. and supersede everyone's expectation.
Yeah.
Surpass. So it's good to have a league like this because the NFL might be the cream of the crop, but you can still get good quality games if you get the right players. Imagine, for example, what's the dude's name that's now playing for you guys?
Oh, you Cunningham.
No, the running back, the running back.
Which running back? Oh, you're Zeke.
Zeke, yeah. Zeke, for example, has been falling off. I can imagine him, for example, going, let's say, two seasons to the XFL. So he doesn't need to fall off entirely. And maybe in the XFL he can average 3 yards instead of one. So it still would be highlight to see. You understand?
Very disrespectful like that. He's not doing, guys. He's not doing. Yo, he's not. Come on, RJ. He's not doing 3 yards on average. He's doing 5, by the way. No, I mean the Pats got him especially for short,
Short runs, yeah.
because that's that's his forte. So
Yeah.
if that, I mean if I think it was Bruce Lee who said, "I'm not scared of the guy who knows 1,000 punches. I'm scared of the guy who trains one punch 1,000 times."
Yes.
Something like that, right?
And I do agree with you that he is good at, or he was better, but when he was playing, let's say a couple of years ago, he was not only getting that 1 yard,
Yeah, he's getting more, of course.
but he was getting more, and he was a force. And now he's not. But what I'm saying is, maybe a player like that can move to, let's say, if there's not a place for him in the NFL, he can still move to the XFL and still, perform the same because the level is a bit lower, but still high enough for the game to be entertaining. So
Yeah.
the player doesn't need to.
That's a yeah, that's a good question. If that's the route a lot of these players would take, I'm not sure if that's. I
Well,
think
it's either retire or that. But
yeah, I think chances are they will retire. I think it's more the other way around. So basically, guys coming out of college that are not good enough yet,
yeah,
they get more reps. So, for example, the the quarterback. Oh, I have someone who possibly could make that transition you're suggesting instead of playing in the NFL. Trey Lance.
Trey Lance. I don't know what that
He
is.
was drafted number 1 pick by the 49ers, like in the same draft as
Oh yeah,
Mac
yeah,
Jones.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, well, he can. Yeah.
They blew 3 picks to get him, and
So
he played like 6 games for.
so this is what I want. So my point is this: if you're going to struggle, and maybe Zeke is not a good example because Zeke has played a long time.
Playing a long
But
time.
if you play like 2-3 seasons in the NFL, and you
Something
keep
like that. Yeah.
you keep they keep pushing you around, and you're not finding a home, and you know that you can go to the XFL and play more minutes, maybe develop more, and showcase more, then why not do it?
I know someone who can be an added value
Who?
of Rip
Who?
Afro Man.
Afro Man?
He hasn't played in years, so he wants to play, right?
I saw that
Colin Kaepernick. That's what I'm trying to say.
when I saw that when the Jets were when the Jets lost
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers, they started like every season they start talking about it.
No, he tries to put himself in there. He's not good enough, man.
Yeah.
The man hasn't. RJ,
He hasn't played for years.
You were just saying that
Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun was rusty and still trying to develop after 1 year. He's trying to get back into. Okay, I'm gonna give you that one, but that's only 1 year. This guy hasn't played in 7 years
Yeah,
in the NFL.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
7 years. So I think it's better for him to choose. They offered him a contract, but he refused.
Yeah.
So that tells you about where his mindset is. He just want to stay there, his name in there for clout. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. No, but I think it's a good move for the to go back to the XFL, UFCL, UFCL,
I think USFL.
USFL. Yeah, so USFL, UFC.
But probably it's gonna be USXFL.
Whatever
USXFL.
it is,
That's
whatever
gonna
it
be
is,
the new name.
whatever they name it, I think it's a good move. But let's see what will happen. I think the XFL promotion, they have a good marketing team,
Mhm.
and the USFL can definitely make use of that. And on the other way around, the USFL has existed more or longer, probably has figured some things out that XFL has not. And then you can really help each other.
With the knowledge.
Yeah.
I have to say though, I watched XFL during the spring, and I like the product. It's not. I mean, it's not NFL level, but I like the excitement of the players.
Can it be
The
compared to college, or is it something like let's say a hybrid?
something. It's a hybrid, just in between. Um, because in college you still have NFL guys level like playing, so you don't. And in XFL you don't have like those superstar players. Like let's say for example a Shador Sanders or something like. You don't have those guys. So it's you have like a selected level and
Like a solid. You have a solid level.
solid. Yeah, it's a solid level. There are no peaks, not a huge peaks. There are people still making weird mistakes in XFL, but I mean, it's the more the league develops, I think they will get better players, and the
Yeah.
players they will get better coaches, and it's a long term. I hope they have a long term plan for this because it's not gonna take 5 or 2 years, 3 years. It's gonna be 5 years of consistently building the name, putting good product out there, and getting people engaged.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And see, maybe they have to. I mean, last time around, they XFL dropped the first game like a week after Super Bowl. I don't know if that's the. It's a very good idea, but it
Yeah.
it looked very weird. Basically, you had Super Bowl, and then suddenly the next week you're watching XFL. It feels weird. It felt
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah, you need
Mm,
to let people. You need to let the hype of the Super Bowl go down, and start building the hype for XFL. So because then
UXFL.
things, yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Kier, I think. Do you have anything else to add, or
No, I think we discussed the biggest stories. We discussed the biggest stories, man. I think.
yeah? I mean, we can talk for hours about a lot of things, but I
Yeah.
cool. Well, then I yeah.
You can close it out by asking people to subscribe.
Yeah, so I was like, yeah, what? This is a new format, guys.
It's a
So
new format, guys. So let us know what you think about this format. We are trying to create better shows for you guys,
yeah,
better podcasts, talking about the topics that we think are pretty interesting to see how they develop.
yeah.
And yeah, let us know. Do you like this format? Do you hate it? Do you want us to go back to old formats? Do you want us to pump fake? Whatever you want us to do, let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
Press on the like button, and you can take it over from here, RJ.
Yeah, guys, remember to subscribe if you haven't done so already. And we'll see each other in the next one. Till next time. Peace.
Peace. Dion Neon.